Well, look who's back. He's back.
Yeah.
How was Japan?
Good.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Good food.
No earthquakes.
No.
Good food. Oh, you didn't even tell me about that. What did you eat? Anything like exotic?
Wagyu.
Wagyu? That's beef.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like really expensive beef.
Yeah. That's all they eat over there. It was like a good steak.
So if you guys didn't know, Ivan went to Japan for how long were you gone? It felt like forever.
Like 10 days.
10 days. Yeah, and we got nothing done. So we figured we could still start working now that Ivan's back. So no, nice to have him back. All right, so we're gonna put the track hoe up on the pile. Some dirt here we had to hurry up and sling out of the way when we were doing our site prep here. Didn't have time to haul it out. I think actually what happened is the gravel truck went down. So as you recall, the injector went out, so then we swung it up to the side here. Now we're gonna load it up and put it on our road. And I know you're not supposed to use black dirt for a road, but if you crown it really good, put some really nice class 5 on it, and our topsoil here is different too than other places. There's a lot of clay in it. It's actually more of a silty clay than it is just black dirt. It turns into this. I mean, that's topsoil. It packs really hard. That's why we run quad tracks and we run everything on tracks, because our ground it's got such a high clay content. As long as we taper it really good, really nice layer of gravel on it, it will stand up. I'm gonna walk the track hoe up there. I kind of got the top knocked down, and it's just a lot easier scooping and loading the truck, loading Ivan up here. Yeah, sure nice having him back. Corn's looking pretty good. For northern corn, I guess. It ain't Illinois corn, ain't Iowa corn. You gotta remember, it's northern Minnesota corn. Damn near international corn. Canadian corn. Oh, we're up here a ways. I'd say we're 10 feet in there right now. Come on, bring her in, we'll get it. Come on, we'll put a load on you. Jeez, you're giving that independent front end a workout.
Never had to shimmy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're way up there.
Yeah, I'm on my way down now.
Oh, yeah?
I was higher than this. There he goes. We just got done with our morning bullshit session here. Well, now he can't get out.
See you later.
Getting the pile about done. Just a little bit left over here. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 3rd, July 3rd. I'm out here all by my lonesome. Dane's at the lake and Ivan's off for the day. I'm way up north. I'm on our furthest north field. I'm probably, as the crow flies, I'd say 5 miles from the Canadian border, something like that right now. And I'd say it looks pretty good. You know, the beans are coming along nice. They're starting to get that big leaf on them that flickers in the sun. But we're gonna give them our last pass of herbicide. Get rid of some of these pesky few water hemp and just these little guys here. This is the second year out of CRP, so naturally you're gonna get we got a lot of clover, pigweed, lamb's quarter, just your regular grasses. We're gonna get this sprayed, knocked down, and like overall, I mean, plants are doing really good, putting on a lot of branches, starting to flower. Really don't like to spray herbicide after when they start flowering, but we don't have a pre-program, so it's not a pre and then spray once, post and done. I just can't seem to manage the sprayer in the spring to get all that done. So we end up doing two post passes, which it's been working fine. Ultimately, I would like to do a pre and then a post, get away from 2 post passes. I think it just sets the plants back a little more than they should. With that being said, we've still had phenomenal yields doing it this way on our beans, but I think there's always room for improvement. Maybe just got to manage around that early season pre, figure out how to get it done. Another thing, we took the duals off. I'm sorry, camera was dead. We took the duals off in about 20 minutes. Literally drove it up on a block. The duals have a hole in the rim, so the hole in the rim ends up just about on the top, pretty close. Put a strap around that with the forklift, took a little pressure off of it, zipped them out. That was it. They just fell right off. So a lot safer. I like it. As far as running them in the corn, they work great. And I know a few of you is like, oh, well, you're gonna run over more corn, which we did on the headlands. I would say unless it's fairly moist out, we won't run the duals. We'll probably, if we're gonna do any pre's and stuff like that, we'll put them on in the spring. But otherwise, if we're not gonna be doing a pre and we're just gonna do in season and it's not wet, you know, we'll leave the duals off. Didn't seem to matter in the beans. We ran the duals first pass in the beans. I mean, you can't hardly see where I went. And a few fields that you can, give it another week or two and it'll canopy that area, and the beans will branch into that. That's probably what we're gonna do in the future here. The corn only gets typically 1 pass on that same tram line, so we're not wide dropping or anything like that. We, as you know, we side dress with the applicator. Maybe wide drop in the future. We'll have to maybe experiment with that, see if we're leaving some yield on the table. We got heavy enough ground. We got a lot of CECs. Mainly thing we got to worry about is like denitrification, you know, as far as putting it all up front. Obviously, that's kind of your biggest bugaboo with that. Even though you got high CECs, you get a rainy spell, you get a wet June, you can see a lot of denitrification. So naturally, I think you're gonna have quite a loss on that. Them furrow closers, really liked how they worked. Kind of a recap on that. You got to see them in action a little bit. I think in other models they probably work even better, but we have an older model side dresser, so the way it folds up, they had to put the blades a little closer to the coulter, which sometimes created an issue. In a really wet situation, it would build up and plug. But I'd say overall I was very happy with the conditions. I think some of the plugging issue was just our lack of knowledge of getting the knives set to where they needed to be, so we didn't have plugging. And in the last few years we've just been running that injection in the back. It just shoots the 28 right down, or the liquid nitrogen, straight into the furrow, which works great because you can just go in any conditions. I mean, wet, dry, trashy, it don't matter, rocks. So what I'm trying to get at is I think our blades are maybe wore down a little more than they should, which in turn maybe made our plugging issue a little bit more than it should have been. Right away we had issues corn on corn. We were plugging all the time. We left the field, went and did everything else, waited a few days, the ground dried out a little more. We readjusted all the knives one afternoon. Dad and I did on the Colt side dresser, really close to the blade, just so there was just about ticking, and we didn't have a problem. I went and did the 400 acres practically, and I didn't plug once. So I think it was a little bit on our end, but as far as the closing system goes, I really, really like it. I mean, I think it's almost like able to do a little, apply your nitrogen and basically cultivate your corn at the same time, which is really sweet. I think a guy gets a little more mineralization out of that. And just especially in our area, we get inundated with quite a few rains in June here, and the ground gets kind of sealed up, and I don't want to say sour, but it just gets, there's not enough oxygen in it. And I think running that closing system that they have, I know it wasn't really designed for that, but the way we ran them a little deeper, and I think it really aerated the soil, and like you could literally see it in the next day or two how it was just, the plants just kind of stood up and were like, oh, you know, like they could breathe. So yeah, anyway, if you guys are interested in something like that, Fast Ag, go check them out. Steph will link it in the description if you guys are interested in checking that out for next year or something like that. But anyway, we got to get going here. We got to go. I'd like to find that Canadian dude. He's pretty cool. That I don't know if you've ever seen them clips, you know, about the neighbors are going, everyone's spraying.
Pretty soon, Dad driving the yard, everybody's spraying. Load the sprayer. We got to go. We got to go. Put the water in. What are we spraying? Everything. Everything canola, we're spraying it all. Okay.
All right, we got to spray. The neighbors are spraying. We got to spray. Well, I decided to come out and check some fields on Sunday night here. Stuff I sprayed on the 3rd. Remember we were up here and sprayed this, our farthest north field? Anyway, Liberty wasn't on for more than 45 minutes to an hour. The last of the stuff I sprayed. So I'm just up here, want to make sure that it didn't get washed off. There was a decent rain that came by, like I said, about 45 minutes to an hour after I sprayed the last of it. So make sure that they're dying, and looks like they are. Main focus here is to getting a water hemp. I'd say he's toast and he's working on it. This is 2nd year out of CRP. Was in CRP for a good 15 years, I believe. Looking like what we sprayed is working. I'll probably come back and check in a few more days here, make sure everything's still, at least the bigger ones that don't look like they're doing a heck of a lot yet, that they're still going down. Anyway, yeah, it looks like we did our job here, so I don't think there's anything I got to worry about. I was really kind of, not really concerned, but I was concerned because, you know, it says 4 hours it's supposed to be on, but I guess an hour did it. But I think that has a lot to do with having the right water pH and it taking it in. But overall, this is heavy ground up here. This is what I would call almost a gumbo soil. Pretty black stuff. Well, I'm gonna go home and see the family and see you guys again on Monday. What we're doing here, unless Dane hasn't, what we're doing here, unless Dane hasn't told you, is we're putting in a pipe on our new driveway here. So we're just getting it kind of leveled off, and then we'll layer in there. Okay, half or 2.5. I had 3.5, 4. All right, listening to the Red River Farm Network, putting pipe in here. We got that apron on now, and we got our splices in. Since we didn't have a full pipe, we did a 210s, and then we're gonna push the apron down over there. So, whoop, wrong way. Oh, that works pretty slick, huh? That's a lot better than trying to pound it in or shovel it in. Yep. Well, I'd say we're pretty much good to go here, eh? I mean, this give us a little extra on our pipe too. We'll put a little dirt on her, and then we'll get started on filling her in. Is it true with the road, or is it kind of crooked with the road?
I'd grab a square.
If it was Steve-O, he'd have us measure it, and then we'd probably have to redo it because it wasn't square. I did some fencing one time. I was in a hurry to go to the races. Wasn't straight enough, tore it all up, made us redo it. All the T-posts got pulled out because the T-posts kind of went like this a little bit. Nope, they all come out. Hardly any wind, beautiful day for spraying. Can't hardly turn that down. About 80 degrees out right now, 75 to 80% humidity. So perfect for Liberty. So anyway, get this thing loaded up here and start spraying. Well, we're gonna do our thing here and get the AMS in, Liberty, the Roundup, level best, non-ionic surfactant with a water conditioner. Makes everything stick a little better, especially with Liberty. Little Dawn dish soap in there. Down to a few gallons here. Make a slurry a little more. Got that 6/8 AMS in there. Oh, there we go. Got everything in. The nozzles I'm using right now at the moment, they're a 06 3D, so you have a 3D 06 up front. I'm not a wizard at this at all. I have a cheat sheet. So anyway, we're running 06 3D up front, that points it forward, and then we're running a flat fan 06 in the back, and that is, then they alternate, or however that works, the pulsing. And then I run about 50 pounds of pressure, and then if it's a little breezy, I'll cut that down. It works really nice. I've been really happy with it for Liberty here, so that's what I'm doing right now.